Welcome to Thorpe Park Resort. It's opening day of the season here, so of course we'll bring you an update and where else to start than Ben & Jerry's. We've had some new seating, we've had some new tables, but most importantly we've had self-service, which is quite interesting. Now I'm reliably informed that you can't use your discount on the self-service, so if you've got annual pass discount you won't be able to use it on there, but I have to say it is looking quite nice in here. Now we're heading to the park. Easy Boulevard opened last year, and of course the park did say that Ready Player One was interchangeable if they wanted it to be. Just to give you an update going into 2025, Ready Player One, the 4D experience, is still playing, so it hasn't been changed for 2025. Currently showing on the hour. The Ghost Train shop has not returned. In fact, it's been completely wiped out, and kind of got some tables in there. Not very many, but we do have some tables in there. Now, interestingly, all of the Ghost Train merchandise is reduced in the main shop down to silly prices. I still think this is the next ride to go, given the amount of people it takes to run it and the cost cutting across the park, so I'm a little bit surprised it reopened for 2025. Now last year they did refurbish one of the trains, and this year they've refurbished another one, obviously at quite a high cost as well, in fairness. You know, everyone's like, oh, Stealth is going to go, Stealth is going to leave. They're investing money into Stealth, and although they don't make hydraulic launch coasters anymore, hydraulic launches are used in many worlds, and while parts are still available, you can rest assured Thorpe Park will keep Stealth open. But yeah, trains are looking fantastic, both new ones on for this year. Now Swarm has done some graffiti control, because you can see the different shades of brown as you come through, which is really good to see. And you can see it over the other side particularly as well. It's the second year running that it is really quiet in here. There's no music, there's no announcements, no safety briefs, no anything. Last year when Hyperia opened, we did have the bark everywhere, and then we didn't have fences and people would run across it, and it quite frankly got ugly quite quickly. Has been refreshed for this year, actually looking really nice. Some of the boulders which were down on Loggers Leap, these are reused from Loggers Leap, have come up here with some new landscaping ready for this year. Now although we do have fences across here, they don't stretch all the way across down to the other end, but hopefully should stop people running across them and keeping the bark a little bit more fresh. Even the grass bits in the middle have been done as well. It looks really good. It's much nicer around here. Much nicer. Do have a few trees down here. I imagine this was supposed to be a TV screen perhaps. Now whilst we continue our update down here at Hyperia, it is worth noting the water jets are now turned off down here. Of course, they were a major feature part, and you would kind of think the ride's been designed with that straight bit in mind, probably to feature the water jets. Unfortunately, the water jets have made the track, and particularly the brake fins, quite rusty, where really the angle in which they've done, we would have been better having water the other side and water this side, and it to actually, you know, splash out of the ride rather than sort of back onto the track, to be honest with you. Whether we'll see a return or not, we're not sure. Thorpe Park aren't sure either, but at the moment they remain off. A lot have been made of this Plaza area, which isn't here obviously for this year. We do seem to have the permanent fence up, and actually there is a concrete base been put in down there. Not really sure what that concrete base would be for. There is definitely a access point down here. I would imagine the concrete base is something to do with having to get potentially cranes and things down here to do work on the ride, squeezing them through this gap right down here, and then have a permanent base down there. The old stage area has also been nicely finished for this year, and Kurt actually did point out as well, obviously the idea of the flat patch down there of concrete is just in case the ride stalls again. So yeah, Hyperia looking smarter. I'd still say there's a little bit of work to do, but definitely looking smart for this year. For me, I think they probably should have continued this fence all the way round, as it does stop here, and I imagine the amount of people that were coming across last year are still likely to go from there right the way through to there, much like he's doing. In fairness, kind of defeats the object really, doesn't it, of having the fences here when the you know, staff members set the example on it. However, I think the more fencing is needed. I actually don't want to say it's peculiar not seeing Slammer here, because I'm visiting the park for many, many years, long before Slammer was a thing. It has been sitting here rotting away for quite a long time, and it is nice to see the land sort of taken out. Initially it was going to be a picnic area, flat area, but I think budget constraints this year have kind of meant getting rid of the ride was the priority for the park. We've got a nice open hole where Slammer was. Be interesting to see if we get anything new here in the next few years. And of course, while down here at the old Slammer site, you can see Deadbeat is still very much in situ, and does say experience this attraction at our Fright Nights Halloween event, which kind of signifies that Deadbeat will be back for 2025. Now, no actors, but it has been completely reconfigured, because you used to walk out here and come back through here, and now it's literally a straight exit to there. So yeah, complete different look as you come out. Our next update comes from the beach. Of course, there was planning permission that went in that the beach was going to be converted into a stage area. There was some digging, there was some more digging, and there was plans, and it hasn't been done, probably due to the cuts that have been made. However, Thorpe Park aren't going to open this side of the beach at all, which is why it hasn't been painted. It is painted every year, in fairness, when it's going to be open. This is just general wear and tear for the year's work. But the plans are currently on hold, and I have to say, if entertainments aren't coming back anytime soon, they're going to be on hold for a while. Now, funnily enough, when you come over to this side of the beach will open for 2025 later on in the season. Never opened this early, to be fair with you. And as you can see, this has all been painted up, ready to go, and this side wasn't dug out. Not entirely sure really if they were planning to keep this side in the first place, and whether they were just going to extend the other side or do the works on the other side. But yeah, ready to go. And you can see the boats on depth charge, looking nice and orange for the season. We finish our update at Thorpe Park here at the entrance. Funny enough, there are actually new hand dryers in there. We obviously won't show you those, and we show you this because it has been updated for 2025, of course, with Hyperia as a picture, with Rush, Stealth, Tidal Wave, Swarm, Soar, and Nemesis Inferno. Sadly, Colossus has taken its leave of absence. But Thorpe Park Resort is open for 2025. I hope you've enjoyed the update. Please drop us a like. That's all we ask. It's absolutely free to do.